Hello, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in a twin flame relationship. I am your reader for tonight. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal, for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and Venus in Libra. So I just said the prayers. I've been asking a lot lately to be kept out of the readings, at least until I watch them when I edit them and pop in the cards and stuff. So yeah, here we go. To clarify, this is a twin flame reading. I define twin flame a little bit differently than what I see out there in video land and YouTube land. So I did a video called Clarifying Twin Flame, Twin Flames, Soulmates, and True Lovers. You might want to check that video out. The link is in the description box below. And my boys, my cats, are having a little bit of a feline domination match in the house. I'm going to let them do their thing because they're boys. They'll catch the vibe. Although, if you do watch that twin flame clarification video, let me clarify for you now in case you don't. Twin flames are pre-incarnational soul contracts that you make with certain souls prior to your incarnation, hence pre-incarnation. And these contracts are about the development of your soul, not necessarily your personality. Your personality doesn't have to like it. But the nature of twin flame relationships is they are turbulent, fiery, like a flame would be, but turbulent in that they teach you how to love and heal yourself. In that it's like twins. It's like you mirror each other in that way. So the twin flame cannot give you what it is that you need. Only you can. So that's an important factor, and that's why the guidance came to do this particular spread for twin flames. So I've used a version of this over the past couple of years for myself and my own personal relationships. They tweaked it, they upgraded it for me. So here we go. The first line of information will be for you, my Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. In twin flame relationships for August 2019. Now remember, time is flexible, energy is flexible, and not every, I mean, I can't look at absolutely every variety on a theme here. I'm tuned to the general theme. I can feel some turbulence and some indecision. So I'm just going to roll with that empathically and see how the cards fall. So the first line is for you, Libra. The second line will be for the other. We're not identifying here as divine masculine, divine feminine, any of that. We're not even, going to go into zodiac signs because this relationship will probably be obvious to you. And if it's not, then perhaps this reading is not for you. Although I do the prayer that this serve, whoever's going to watch it, that you get some piece of information out of it. And certainly go look at your other signs, right? Your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, etc. in the other ones, because they may give puzzle pieces. Let's do this. See a piece of hair in my eye. As I tune now again to the Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs in twin flame relationships. My pantheon of angels, guides, and masters, please, one archetype card here to show, to indicate the soul power for this Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this twin flame relationship for August 2019. Oh, the archetype of the victim. Now, by the way, everybody has the victim archetype. It is a member of the survival family. It's how we all learn how to survive. And actually, in my experience, has three pieces to it. Yes, there is light and shadow, the lead, the gold, but to me there are two leads. There's victim and victimizer, and here we have victor, as in the spoils of war go to the victor. It's about overcoming. So we'll read what's written on that card once we get the line of 5 out for you, my lovely Libras. Feel a little victimized? Are you victimizing yourself? Always good questions to ask. Where are your boundaries? Is there a gate in your boundary? Did you let someone in? Did you know better? There's a lot of questions connected to that, and I felt that in the blessing of the deck, in the tuning. It's like I can feel the turbulence. There's stuff stirred here. So my angels, please, one card here for this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in twin flame relationship, August 2019. Now, music. Now, music is a very interesting card in this deck, both what's written in the little booklet as well as my own personal experience, because I draw it rather often. Now, one part of it is certainly if there's a musical expression in your life, right? It's like write music, write lyrics, that kind of stuff. Because let's face it, a lot of our music can come from that place. The certain genres of music more than others, I'll leave that there. But for me, it's also about paying attention to the songs that are playing on the radio, that are coming out of nowhere, overheard pieces. Oftentimes, that's when life becomes like audio tarot. I'll hear a song, or a song that gets stuck in my head like an earworm. I'll step back and go, okay, what sometimes it's not so much about the words in the song, although it often is. It's about what is the energy, the mood of this song. What is the overall feeling, right? That can, because usually it's a match, and if it's not, it's telling me something might be a little off to look at. So let me lay down some other cards here for you, Libra. I know for myself music is essential. I won't say it's a drug, but I will say it's a healing modality that I use in my playlists, everything. In fact, on my YouTube channel, I just have one playlist about music called Music. And you put that sucker on shuffle, you'll have a good day. I love that playlist. There's some odd stuff on there. So my gods, we've got this victim-victor archetype Libra here with the card of music. Please, one card to clarify for this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in a twin flame relationship for August 2019. Please, just one right in my hand. Oh, the moon. Oh, okay. All right. So we're definitely looking at a more of an emotional turn here, a more intuitional, but do understand there's a difference between intuition and emotion, and there are different levels of intuition on top of that. But you know what I love about this card, Yemaya, if you're familiar with Yemaya, there really is such an overwhelming offering here of guidance with this card. I've always said with this card, remember I've read this, oh my God, since I'm at least 18, 19 years old, this deck in one form or another, that the guidance is always under our feet. The path is always under our feet. But sometimes when the moon is just right and you're standing at the edge of water, like a beach or a lake, the path is revealed. So hang in there. There is a way through this. And yes, this may well be emotional. And certainly the moon card can talk about the mood swinginess, the shift and pull of the moon in terms of the symbolic element of water, about being pulled in different ways. And I really did feel like I didn't know what the indecision was about, but I knew that feeling of uncertainty. So this is good. I really asked for service. I always do, that these readings be truly helpful, and this feels like there's some suffering that's going on here. And you know, by the way, when I'm feeling the blues, I don't listen to the blues. I really go into the silence personally. And certainly if I'm feeling the blues, putting on like pop doesn't help either. So sometimes to sit in the silence and just feel, right? Tricky, we all find our own ways through, Libra, but I could see where music could help you express that, as long as it's just not keeping you stuck like a broken record. Got it. Thank you. Okay, my masters. If that was not from them, probably was. My masters, please. One card in clarification for this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in twin flame relationship for August 2019. Please, one clean, clear, indicative card. Huh. Luck. That's nice. That's nice. I mean, there's a whole section, a whole chunk of this Chuck Spezzano deck called, it's like the luck suit, you could say. So you got the luck card in the luck suit. So that feels unexpected, and I can get that, but it's also saying that in some way this is such a benefit to you, that if you can tune to that there's something lucky about this, that, oh, the opportunity for alchemy from victim or victimizer, because you might be victimizing yourself, or maybe you are victimizing the other in this. We'll take a look at that next, Libra. But it feels like there's something lucky here there in terms of alchemy, that we've done this before. We've all played victim before, but there's something about this that even is this. The words may change, but the song remains the same. The music card. This is you know these lyrics. You know the steps to this one. Something lucky about this. Oh, I'm sort of tranced out on that. It feels good. Feels very, very good, that luck card, considering it's a contrast. And we are looking for the overall picture in any reading that we do, right? So, my pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, one card for this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in a twin flame relationship for August 2019. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So that thing of this song playing again, it's a lucky time to forgive. Now, look, I am a student and teacher of A Course in Miracles. There aren't many witches doing it. I highly recommend it. It's 365 days of spiritual, mental, psychotherapeutic exercises in the workbook, but it really is a book about forgiveness, and not the forgiveness that you were taught or might have heard of, or in fact, Course in Miracles often calls that version of it forgiveness to destroy. It's sort of the ego's version of forgiveness, where that's very Newtonian physics, where the true forgiveness is quantum. It's about the holographic nature of reality, that you're always just forgiving yourself, and really forgiving yourself for something that was already scripted before you came in. You're forgiving yourself for nothing, but that's a whole other conversation. And look, I just wandered into Course in Miracles land. Let's get back. Let's tune to this other, shall we? The twin flame in this situation with Libra. Please, my angels, gods, and masters. An archetype card, a soul power indication of the contract we've got going here, this twin flame contract. Please show me the other in this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for August 2019. It's this one. The Judge. Oh boy. I just want to see what the other one was, just in case. Oh, the Divine Child. No, it was definitely the Judge. The Judge. Oh, you know, I didn't read the victim archetype. Now I will do that. That's the thing about going nonlinear. I'm really going with where this energy flows, but now this makes sense that I've got both of these up. Let me read you, my Libra. The victim archetype prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. You know, that awareness, when that power starts to flow through you, that's the light side of it. It's about having boundaries and self-esteem, and knowing that, no, this is, and yet allowing those feelings to do what it needs to do to heal without you acting on it. And of course, the shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. So keep that in mind. Look, self-pity is hard enough. When we're actually using it as currency, it doesn't go well. It just does not go well. Now, plenty of times people do that unconsciously, but that's the thing about a reading. Like, once you know, it's like being exposed to radiation. It's like, it's too late. Now you know. Now you have to kind of deal with that. And sure, so there's some emotional stuff here, but forgiveness is like your lucky trick on this one, but you really need to get clear that the type of forgiveness we're talking about here, you are being guided through. If you knew how to do it, you had done it already. And by the way, really from A Course in Miracles point of view, all lessons are forgiveness lessons. Just saying. So this Judge, yeah, let me read him, like him, her. We're not even talking gender here. We're talking about archetype. The Judge archetype, I think it's about being judgy. Not necessarily. A judge isn't necessarily a critic. A critic is in the same family, and I believe the Judge is in the wisdom family. Light attribute, balancing justice and compassion, so important. Managing the fair distribution of power, right? The fair distribution of power, and really judgment and mercy, right? Like justice and compassion, to find that balance is very Kabbalistic. The shadow attribute, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. That's literally like manipulating the law, tipping the scales, which of course there are scales in here. Oh, and we are dealing with Libra. Got it. So Libra, it might be very easy for you to relate to that archetype, to that card, whether it's in your archetypal makeup, overall, reason, season, lifetime. But remember, you are the top line here, so you might be getting a little dose, particularly in a twin flame relationship, about something that you might deal out regularly. You might be on the other side of this. And let's hope for the gold side of that, right? All right. I'll put you back. Those are it for the Carolyn Mace archetype cards. The third line won't have that, but we'll have all of the remaining decks here. So, my angels, please, one card for the other in this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for August 2019. Listening. That's good. That's really good. Listening. Not just necessarily that they're listening to you, but that there's that sense of listening. You know, the twin flames are being activated. There's no question. I mean, when have they ever not, it seems. But it seems like there's a lot of waves of them going on. So really reading the collective of every twin flame everywhere, that's a bit mind-blowy for me at the moment. You could certainly tune to trends, right? I don't want to say the spiritualization, but I'll say the spiritual evolution, however, is what twin flames are about. Twin flames, they teach you how to burn in the relationship, transform in the relationship, so that you will go within, love yourself, heal you, learn how to heal you, learn how to love yourself in a way sort of like being painted in the corner. And that feeling of being victimized, that's why it's like, oh, in a way, this is the luckiest thing that could happen for you, Libra, because if there's a percentage of the others in this twin flame relationship where they are listening, not just to you, but to something more. And this is from the angels, so that's not just like, oh, they're listening. I'm listening. This is Fraser Crane. I'm listening. My gods, oh my gods, please, one card in clarification for this other in this butterfly the deck. I'll be glad to. In this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for August 2019, please, one card, one card. Oh, you want a little double dose of Libra? How about the Justice card, Ma'at? The heart is being weighed here. Will they pass the initiation? There's some karma, there's some past life, there's, I get the turbulent nature of this, but I sense the turbulent nature. I'm not laying this down, but I'm saying a good segment of the others here are just kind of sitting back and watching things balance, and they are wanting to balance the scales here. Certainly there's karmic stuff here. I mean, I can tune into a past life here or there, but doing it for a whole collective of people seems a little out of my reach at the mo. But look, it's like even my solar plexus I've crossed here. It's like this is, oh, and the tarot, the Daughters of the Moon for line 1 and line 2, both you, Libra, and the other are both major arcana. You got the Moon and Justice. This is a twin flame. Yeah, let's ask the masters. Sounds like a wonderful fun and channeling show. Ask the masters. Wouldn't you love to get all the Saint Germain channels all in one place and have them all just go at it all at once? Wouldn't it be great if they all said the exact same thing, like fucking stereo? How about all the Archangel Michael channels? Maybe we could split the arena in half and we could have like, you know, Saint Germain versus Archangel Michael channels. It's so 90s. I guess that has better context in the 90s. All right, my masters. Yeah, I feel it. I'm trying to keep it balanced and light. But please, one card, would you please, my dears, my masters, my friends. Please, one card for the other in this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame relationship for August 2019. 19. No, that can come around again. That's okay. Please, one card for the other. In this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship for August 2019. Using. Oh, using who, using what? We're not throwing clarifiers in this deck, but if this was a personal one-on-one reading, you know I'd be going into that. Well, and I can tune into that generally. They're saying get this last one down, it'll help. These cards are so wonderful. I love the Whispers of Love. They're just a lovely, lovely deck. So my pantheon of angels, gods, and masters, please, one card to indicate what's going on or for this other in this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame relationship for August 2019. Just checking. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. I get a feeling that this judge might be onto an element of being used here, that the scales are unbalanced. Now, whether, you know, that it could totally be a 50-50 thing where half of the ones in the collective are the ones doing the using, and the other half it's the other, right? So half are the Libra victim, victor, the other half, the judge would be the user. So, but this is just like, look, even that term karmic relationship makes me a little uncomfortable, because our definition of karma in the West is just really, really different from the original roots. Karma means action, that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? The law of cause and effect. But to the ancient Vedics, even thoughts were actions, right? You do choose them. And if you don't choose them, then they're choosing you, right? Who's running the show? So, but I will say that there is definitely something reincarnational, pre-incarnational in terms of this contract, just by the nature of it being twin flame. But that perhaps this limitless here, that using it can take on more of a gold rather than a lead take on that, saying, well, then let's use this. Let's use this to heal. Let's use this, I agree that this is, that I'm going to do my end of it, and may it bless you, may it help you, but in other words, no need to run from this. Let's get this done, right? Let's balance this out this time, and with forgiveness really in your top line, Libra. It's the way to go. And there's so much of this is about balance, and balancing the head and the heart is essentially the only way to do that is through a willingness, a choice, throat chakra, to forgive, to bring the head and heart in alignment, because the heart may want to and the head might not, but then the head might want to but the heart might not. How do you choose? God, Goddess, all that is, teach me how to forgive this. I have no idea. I am willing to. I am willing to, and there's something so lucky in there. All right, so I could spend hours on this one. As soon as we get into that forgiveness, Course in Miracles territory, it's like the masters really take over and the angels are just having fun. The gods are like, yeah, well, yes, forgive eventually. In the meantime, have another sherry. But there's my pantheon for you. So my angels, please, one card in overview for this twin flame relationship that this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign is in for August 2019. Please, one card for the overview. Serenity. Okay, good. So, you know, serenity now. There is that part of it. Look, there are things that you just cannot change here, and there are some things that you can, and that's why that forgiveness is a choice. Like, that's something that you can do to heal you. It's not ultimately about forgiving them. They're saying pull a card, Mark. I know I could talk about this stuff forever. You know, I really am a spiritual teacher first and foremost, but I've been doing readings, divination for longer, and they blend a lot. And I do see life as tarot anyway, particularly songs on the radio. Just saying. My gods, please, one card for this twin flame relationship involving this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for August 2019. Please, the overview of the relationship itself, please. Inanna's House of Ecstasy, the 10 of Cups, the the cup runneth over. So, you know, I gotta say, if you're going to get a card there with all of this stuff, with the balance and the challenge, that there is really an opportunity for the divine love to flow through you. Whether or not this is a true lover relationship, don't know, not indicated here, although we got 2 more cards coming. That there is such a lucky opportunity here for an opening of the heart and for a real cleansing and purification and a completion of a cycle, a 10. That's the thing. I mean, it's like, maybe this is the last time you gotta play this song. Maybe this is the last time you gotta dance this dance. Now the dismount on this one. Don't beat yourself up. Don't overdo it either. You gotta do it in what? Balance. Let's ask the masters. Masters, please. We got Serenity, and we've got an Ecstasy card here, 10 of Cups. Please, 1 card in overview of this twin flame relationship involving the Libra Sun, Moon, rising Venus sign for August 2019. The one on top, tenderness. You know, look, again, I didn't say this at the beginning. I usually say it at the beginning of one of these twin flame vids, but I'll say it now. It's not necessarily a romantic sexual relationship. This could be in any relationship structure, certainly parent-child. It could be, particularly if the parent is feeling victimized or the child is feeling victimized and feeling judged. You know, there are just so many variations, quantum variables, I call them, or variants, that how this can play itself out. But the guidance is still the same here. There is something serene, really heart-centered, and tender available here, going on here this month. So let's get you your whisper of love, last one down. But really, forgiveness is the alchemical element, and you're the one that has it. But meanwhile, the other in this is limitless in a way, not just open to anything, but that is our true nature. And with that listening card, girl, I'm sorry, God, whatever, just it's like, girl, gender non-specific, girl, there's something going on there. So let's get our last card down here. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. My pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Please, 1 card overall for this twin flame relationship for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for August 2019. Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. I know I haven't been popping up all the cards. It's just a habit to put them up in video edits anyway. That just receive what's going on here. Be open. And you know what? The receptive sign of the moon, Libra. But there's something tender here. This is be receptive in that no matter what they do, you know, oh, this is to help me heal myself. Like, if they push a button, they're supposed to. It's written that way in the contract. If they run, right? I mean, you could do that chaser runaway thing, but remember the middle of when you're not a chaser or a runaway, you're a walker, right? You walk with the person. You go slow. You talk. You work things out, and that's harder, certainly, but certainly what's healthy? What is the healthy option there? And let's not chase, let's not run away, let's just walk. Let's just walk, let's slow this down. Let's allow things to come into balance, let's play our role, let's heal ourselves individually, and then just be open to what's going on here. I will say, I have had a number of twin flame romantic relationships just in context. I mean, we're not going into family members and all that too. Certainly, there have been twin flames scattered throughout my life like anybody else. But even though now, looking back, knowing that they were twin flames doesn't mean we didn't have a good time. Doesn't mean that love wasn't there. It didn't mean that we didn't want it to work. It just wasn't meant to work. And what we got out of it, like I'll say how many times, it's not so much what I learned from the relationship, it's what I learned from the breakup, particularly about me. Different if it's a family member, different if it's employment-based, right? Or if you're married. But I have to say there is great emotional fulfillment here going on. And if that's for each of you individually as a result of the work that rises from this relationship, well then, so mote it be, right? This feels really good, but I get the turbulence of it. Just a little added piece here. I'm really going to recommend to the Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this relationship to check out the book Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. That the victim archetype is something that we all have and we all incarnated with. It's so important because it does deal with self-esteem. And it does. I'm not saying you might have self-esteem issues, but it's something to look into, and that's coming like right from my solar plexus too. That feels like just something you might want to look into. I mean, otherwise, a relationship between a victim or a victor and a judge, because the judge can award victory too, right? You'd say, oh, you win, right? Tens across the board, right? So so let's end this with a little blessing for you. And I don't mess around. I don't mess when I bless, right? It's really my main function. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, may every breath be a blessing that I take. So, my angels, my gods, my masters, please bless this Libra and all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in twin flame relationships, wherever they are in space and time. May they be blessed with everything that they need to learn, to heal, to grow, to evolve, to deal, to walk the path of true love, and take the lucky advantage available to all of us when we choose true forgiveness from a higher place, understanding that everyone is doing the best that they can, that we all come out of balance, that hurt people, and particularly when it's ourselves that we need to look at to bring ourselves into balance. Well, then I ask that grace be given to all of us, because as we are all one, all forgiveness is truly self-forgiveness. May you be blessed with the miracles that you need, my Libras, and myself included. I am, like I said, I have Venus in Libra, so I'm okay with that too. Thank you so much for your time. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Trying to get my numbers up. You know how the game goes. I like playing the YouTube game. This is a lot of fun, and I hope you're enjoying yourself too. Oh, by the way, somebody commented to me offline. They said, wow, these twin flame reads are a little bit different. They're a little bit more serious than the Path of True Love. It's like, yeah, the Path of True Love ones, I have the gods like talking to me because it's about the path in general. Twin flames are turbulent. This is tricky, turbulent, tricky, transformative, lots of T letter alliterations. So my darlings, I wish you the very best in this twin flame relationship. Reach out if you want a reading. My info's in the box below. But for now, as ever, from my heart to yours, I wish you hail, farewell, and blessed be.